Yeah, if you want to see some stuff I've made out of dead rats.
For those wondering, right, if you're watching this video, if you're wondering what it's about a foot, mate. Look at that. It's a fucking deer leg, mate. Real deer leg. Now, I didn't make it myself, not in the sense of I'm not a deer. You know, I didn't just like sprout this out of a skin tag from my elbow and then start sort of, I mean, you wouldn't gallivant round with it. The deer don't gallivant either, but deer might gallop, but you won't really gallop with just a dodgy, like, I don't know, limb coming out your elbow from an old skin tag, would you? Picked it up at an antique thing. We might turn it into something, figure out a way to use it. Don't know exactly what, but you know, you got a bit of a gap in there, and you got the foot. Maybe I could cut the foot off and we could turn the hoof into something. I imagine that's called a hoof. See, I'm a taxidermist, I'm not a biologist, innit? I'm not really big on anatomy and that. But if you're big on anatomy, have a look at these, mate. Look at that. Obviously these black bits will be taken off, but look at that, mate. It's a diagram of the contents of the female pelvis. Got it out of an old book called Anatomy for Nurses, Applied Anatomy for Nurses. So if you're into that, or you see anything on the back wall you like the masks and that, go to my website, worldaroundyou.com.
1 foot, 2 foot, 3 foot, 4 foot, 5 foot. Tell you what we'll do is we'll measure this table. So it's 1 foot, it's 2 foot, it's 3 foot, it's 4 foot, it's 5 foot, it's 6 foot, 7 foot, 8 foot, 9 foot, mate. This fucking table's huge, mate. Here we've got the Nancy crab, mate. Look at him. You never would have known that crabs have a bit of hair on them, do you? Would you? But he don't like him with a bit of hair on. Like I said, he's a Nancy crab. So these guys here are getting all of a flutter, you know, just fucking... They're all just having their own little chats and that, and then they see him coming over from the bushes. You know, you got to imagine there's bushes here. He comes creeping out of the bushes or out of the rock pool. And he comes into the kiddie rock pool, and these are all start to notice, like this one here sees him, and then starts making, you know, like, you know, like that sort of a noise. The crab noises, anyway, you know. And then they all start to run away, and he chases after them. But he's like a lion, mate. He separates them from the crowd. You know, he starts telling this one's here, and he's not noticed, and he's like, oh, them young crabs over there, your mates have been spreading lies about you, you know, telling you, you know, they told me that you don't, like, you only drink Capri Sun because you're a baby. And he's like, I'm not a baby. And he's like, oh, you're not? And he's like, no, I'm not a baby, I don't drink Capri Sun. And he's like, all right, well then, you know, don't hang around with them, hang around with me. And he starts to, you know, think, oh, I've got them here. But then this crab here comes over and goes, oh, that's not true, mate. Don't go away with him. And then he gets dragged off. And then he goes, oh, you know, he thinks, oh, you know, I nearly had him there. And then he looks over here, and then all these baby frogs start getting nervous and all, mate. New bug necklace. Now, it's not my favourite type of chafer beetle. My favourite type of chafer beetle is a cockchafer beetle, purely because of the name, and when I was learning about them at college, it'd always make some of the people in the class laugh, which would annoy the teacher. But the teacher kept having to bring them up because a cockchafer beetle's a proper pest in turfs. And when I was learning, being taught how to cut grass and that at college in a turf management class, it would really annoy the bloke leading it. Plus, that guy used to tell me to take my hat off and that, and then I embarrassed him once by saying, nah, because I've not had a shower for about 4 days and my hair looks greasy and that, mate, so I don't really want to take it off. And that perplexed him, just proper baffled the guy. And then he left me alone for a little bit after that. But these little necklaces, mate, you can get them on my website. I think they're quite nice, innit? If you want one, worldaroundyou.com. There's other bug necklaces as well, you know. What do you reckon to him, mate? Little ornament. His foot was fucked over on this side, so I've done a little repair Now, I know you're probably thinking to yourself, no, you haven't. Where? But if you look, you'll be able to notice that this foot is actually a duckling's foot, and this one's still the original ceramic foot. So unfortunately, I mean, I can do ceramic work, but unfortunately I don't have access to a kiln or anything like that, or a bag of clay. I've just got a bag of dead animals, so I've repaired its foot as seamlessly as I could. I really wished that hole was more to the middle, because it would just be better, wouldn't it? But obviously they've done that on purpose, mate, to stop people like me selling it as a frog with a bumhole. But what do you reckon to him, mate? One of my new ornaments, little frog ornament, a hopper. A hop, skip and a duck, maybe. I don't know what we're going to call him. You have to go look on the website or my Instagram and the pictures to be able to figure out what I've called him. But it's on worldaroundyou.com. Don't be tight, leave a like, subscribe, follow, whatever it is, for whatever social media you're using. I want to have a look at what's on my website if you fancy getting yourself a little bit of something made out of a dead rat or a rabbit or a duckling or something. There's all sorts of stuff, mate. Try my podcasts and all. Loads more content on my Patreon.